here? So, alright, so we have to fix this to actually center yourself. That way. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Cool. Camera. And then we're actually doing shit. I'll always see a little closer. Just go ahead. We're already streaming. Cool. That's it. That's all you gotta do is pretty easy stuff. And I launch it over here. Make sure everything is visible for the viewers. Make sure our volume is correct so people can hear us. And then I just kind of chat, talk. I'll post that we are currently live right this second. Of course, I'm gonna make all these job comments in here. Instagram. Alright, so first of all, we have to change this because it's not coming soon. It should just say we're live. Oh shit. Cancel. Ugh, my subscription for the year ran out. I hate when yearly subscriptions run out all random. Like, bro, why don't you send me a million emails for everything else?
Yeah, and you can just
like
remind
me
me.
my subscription was gonna be over. Like, Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Now, shrink this. Make this big. Dexter, take that bone, get out of here. Why you're on the bed for, fool? You own this place like you pay rent. These dogs, dude, I tell you, like, once dad leaves, they just think, like, it's time to fucking cause mayhem. And I tell Tanner, I'm like, bro, you should see these dogs when you're like, oh, sure, whatever. I'm like, no, bro. They'll fucking sit right next to me and start chomping a bone at, like, the speed of light. Like, hey, take it, pick it up, take your bone, and get out of here. Get it. Go. No, I don't want it. Go. So, you want me to bring it to you? No, no, no. I don't want you to bring it to me. I don't want anything to do with it. Just take the bone and get out of here. And he's dumb as dirt. Like, Dexter, go. Dex, the dumb old dog. Poor stupid beast. Like, how the fuck goes on behind those eyes? On pee. He's just, you know, she's like, let me into my box. She's like, this man be alone, not get stepped on and shit by this retard. I feel bad. She's all trying to sunbathe me up, but she's like, I'm a sleepy dog. I just want to sunbathe and enjoy my days. He's like running around chasing the shiny reflection off his fucking collar, running into her and shit. Like, bro.
Yeah, he saw I have like this bag that's like it's from About Face Beauty. It's like Halsey's makeup line, and fucking it's like iridescent, and so it was like I was sitting there in the sun like picking through my bags, and he was like following it, like so stoked.
He freaks me out sometimes. He's like staring into corners. I'm like, bro, what exactly are you looking at? It's so fucking scary. I'm like, bro, you're tripping me out. I don't know if I need to move this further away, if we don't need it at all. No, we definitely need it. Let's move it further away. Too much flooding light. Alright, now that the lighting's proper, we can open this Twitch app and make sure that the stream is actually working. Cancel. Let's go ahead and post this on Instagram. I'm going to do a copy and paste for you. We are gonna do this to the story. I'm gonna cut off the live button.
Hey, can you guys see me back here?
No,
Okay, no?
we have literally. You can see where we're just the couch and the bed.
I'm just making sure my bottom's not.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Streaming.
I made sure to.
Pretty sure Twitch doesn't like that.
No sir, no sir. Alright, and then we'll make a regular post of...
What? Now you're locked up? What happened?
She's not locked up. She put herself in there. She asked to
Oh.
go in.
You look like you locked yourself up.
She's like, I am done with everything. Every time she tries to sunbathe, Dex is like jumping on her face and shit. She's like, fuck this. Just gonna put myself somewhere where he can't jump. No, why is it doing this? Everybody's ignoring facial. Alright, so now we can do the current live post. At the Sims, so we have everything tagged here. And this, make sure it's working. Trying to do multiple things here at once. Oh, no. What else can we do? Sims 4, hashtag mods, hashtag witches, hashtag covenant, hashtag familiar, hashtag magic. Are there any hashtags you like to use regularly?
I guess Lena Love. That's all I can really think of right now.
You're on porn?
Hmm?
You do porn. Alright, so just one, singular. No. No.
Can I hit my vape on here? Or no?
I generally don't, but I mean, all you have to do is sit on the couch.
Cool.
Quite literally, because that will. That's what I was saying before. I usually have it at an angle where, like, if you just move slightly, your torso gets chopped off. I've done this once or twice before. Which is not covered. So this will cut in. Alright, so I think I tagged this as best I can. I'm gonna be sending me all these ideas too. Like he sends me shit throughout the day for different like layouts for the land that we can do, or different ways we can lay like agricultural stuff at like a slope. Because that's when you like the gray water. It's like all the water that comes from your dishwasher, your wash machine, all that stuff. Like that water can be used for your plants if it runs downhill.
Okay.
And like different ways to like run it. I don't know, just like really smart ways to kind of be efficient with like simple things. I'm pretty sure we're off the normal, by the way. Perfect, yeah. Yes, which is the important part. Okay, we'll go ahead and pause this and I'll check on that periodically. So we have main lines, so we should have no internet connections. You can vibe with this, by the way, if you just hit the color button, or this will change like the brightness. This changes to different color settings. Nice. I like to vibe with colors. I'm an aura person. Alright, so whatever you pick, so let's just like pretend we pick this boot because you're wearing basically the same exact boot right now. You go to it, I'm already logged in, so you just need to go to the download part. This is the part you want to pay attention to. So here, sometimes it will say requirements, right? If it says requirements, you're going to want to right click it and see how it says open link in new tab. You're going to want to do that. So that way we can download the original script and the mesh that goes over it.
Okay.
Alright, so that is that. So like obviously you're wearing these boots, we'll go ahead and download the boots since you have them already on your feet. Takes 10 seconds. And then just minimize it if you want, because you can open more tabs of this, obviously. Open as many as you want. And like I said, you can just click when you want to download something. You can always just right click it, hit open a new tab, and it will make a bunch of tabs of stuff we want to download. So you can like go crazy with it. Woo! I'm gonna grab some snacks. Do you have a preference on chips?
Nope.
I guess you gotta have chips. Also, we have an Alexa. Let me grab your cord.
Nice. Yeah.
No, but seriously, obviously I know we don't shoot, but if you're down to do fetish stuff, we can definitely set up days where we do like a few hours live doing Sims, and then we do like a content evening, and I can like go grab some sets, a couple of cheap sets on Shein or something.
Yeah.
Where is that Amazon? Oh, there it is. And I actually like how to look around here actually. Really nice. The worst of things, I swear. If my hair wasn't attached, I'd just like lose that too.
Yep. That's me. I'm feeling.
Oh, which is another thing. So, with the Dark Lord, all the girls and us end up being friends, and then he gets so buttered about it. I'm like, dude, it's like not our fault. Like you're hooking up with all girls that work together, hang out together, have like interests. Like basically, you're replacing us for cookie cutters of ourselves. Like obviously, if we meet each other at work and we don't know that we fucked you, we're gonna become friends.
Yeah.
So I like.
Well,
I
and
was
it's
telling
like it's a common enemy. You know what I mean? Like it's like, oh, Vlad's an asshole to you. Of course he was an asshole to you. Me too. Cool. Fuck yeah.
But no, I'm saying before I even know that, like you're probably one of the only girls that like I vibe with during, before, and after. You know, I guess so. Like a lot of the girls I meet, like I worked a couple poker games, like from November to February. I worked at the beginning of February, so like I did do poker games, and like I ended up befriending all these girls, and I found out it was like one of the girls like Vlad asked to be his girlfriend, like confessed her love to him, and she's like,
What?
no. Yeah, the Lauren, an escort who escorts regularly and is like known for being like an STD trap. That's the girl you asked out after all the awesome chicks you've been with. Questioning. I think he finally just got tired of being lonely and realized no girl was gonna like really take them seriously unless he hated them. Or just wanted her so bad he wanted to be with anybody else.
Well, cause like, yeah, that too probably. I don't know. What
That's
the
like
fuck?
what me like. I basically got when I was like, listen, I don't even care that you hook up with other people, but the fact that you like try to shame me and like put me down if I even talk to another guy is kind of shady because you don't like pay me some respect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like when he went to Mammoth, he brought some blonde chick with him, and it's just funny because she's like out there in a fucking bathing suit in the snow, just like being like obvious and annoying as fuck, and he's just like, okay, like this is clearly a stab at me, which is really funny because like
I'm just not a slutty, like
couldn't
super
even.
provocative person.
No, I mean like I can be, but I don't like to be, and
Oh,
I
for
think it's just
everyone.
such what a show off. Like,
And it's
what the
like,
fuck?
yeah, like I save that shit for the bedroom with my man because I'm intimate with my man. I'm not trying to fucking. I don't need to do that because, listen, I'm not 21. I'm not trying to get validation from anybody here.
Yeah.
I don't need to act like I'm some wild thing, like Girls Gone Wild to impress Vlad. Like, I've known Vlad since he was sober. Like, this isn't the person he even is. And, like, the fact that he entertains it and, like, keeps doing it is just weird. Dexter, come on.
Yeah, because he like gets off on it.
And that's what I said. And then he, like, puts you down for doing the same shit he's doing. Okay, so it's cool if you do it, but if I even think about it, I'm, like, a bad guy. And it's just like, how long is that supposed to go on, man? Like, yeah, it's so uncomfortable. But yeah, so I met all of these girls, and we were over here chilling, doing like an eyelash party, and like Vlad for the first time in like basically a year or so, like hit me up, like talking so much shit to my friends. Like it's funny because we just realized we all knew you, so obviously one of the girls here like wrote you like throwing shade. But no one here likes you, and if anyone here does, like they're welcome to leave at any time and not be part of our hangout. Like, what do you want me to say? Like, we're here fucking schmoozing it up. No one talks to you anymore. Like, none of us talk to you anymore.
He's like not even, yeah, the whole thing was just fucking stupid. But, you know, entertaining enough, at least. I mean, in the sense of where, like, you know, you like when you like watching train wrecks.
Yeah, slowly, like, nothing you can do except watch it, like, implode on itself. And I just, like, been so much happier and freer and, like, being able to work and go to school and, like, take time off of work and know my man's gonna, like, take care of me and not fucking constantly throwing in my face or be like, you know, we're not even on Facebook as in a relationship. Like, what the fuck is that, dude? We're almost 30 years old. What do you mean we're not on Facebook as a relationship?
Yeah, that doesn't even.
Sound fucked up, man. And then I'm, like, 6 vacations in the last, like, 1 year and you keep saying we're not together. It's a little bit odd. Like, you could have took anyone, but you keep asking me, so what's up?
Yeah. Just about every time that, like,
When you
things
went
were,
to his
like,
work
getting
things, it
local.
was so funny because he'd be like, this is my girlfriend. Oh, all of a sudden I'm your girlfriend? That's weird. We're at your work function, I'm your girlfriend all of a sudden. Okay.
It's so strange.
So true, right? Hate him. Hate him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just like pure mind fuckery.
Oh yeah, I got a full service, dude.
That's
Mental, emotional, physical.
fucking.
And I wasn't even that good. That's the sad part. And like when I started hooking up with Tanner, I was like, oh my god, like being with someone so much younger than you, his stamina, and just like he's such a like hopeless romantic. Like they come home to little gifts and shit after doing shit. I'm like, no. My favorite weed, joint rolls, fucking awesome.
I've sworn off dating. That is where I'm at. I am so happy to like focus on my music and just like.
I just want to have more kids before it's too late, bro.
Um,
Like I want to have a family. Like I grew up in foster care and like it's just super shitty for me. I just want to have kids, fucking do school shit and live like a normal, regular, basic ass person life. And like my biggest thing, and like Vlad wasn't the first player I dated, he's the second and last player I dated, and like my biggest issue always was like, oh, I gave you money. Bitch, I don't want your money, I want your fucking time. That's the whole thing. It's more valuable than money. I want your time. And the fact that you don't get that and you keep ignoring me and then trying to make me seem like I'm a bad person because I'm demanding you stop being a fucking piece of shit, like just shows me how little like you've grown as a person in the past 5 years. I have girls telling me like you basically raped them because they were so fucked up on drugs at your house. Like that's not a good conversation to have with someone when you're at work stuck with them for 12 hours.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it wasn't even like that. I was like, did you take a 21-year-old girl home that was completely fucked up on drugs and alcohol, passing in and out of consciousness, and fuck her while that was happening? Okay, well, yeah, so I can see why she would say that. And the fact that you're sitting here with, oh, I took a blue pill, she said she was down. Okay, well,
She did what?
he took a blue pill and
Oh.
she said she was down, so your dick was hard when she was asleep, so you kept going. That doesn't make it okay, bro.
No.
Like, consent is like tea. You can't give someone tea while they're asleep. Because they didn't say they want tea.
and
And
they
it's pretty
can't.
obvious if someone's asleep, they don't want to drink your fucking tea. And it's so embarrassing. Like, there's this humiliating conversation. I was literally crying at this poker game, like so fucking humiliated. And I was like, this is the end of this. Like, please don't ever talk to me again. After everything, hearing this girl say that, like, makes me absolutely sick to my stomach. And the fact that you didn't even deny it, your response was, well, she said yes and I took a blue pill. Just makes me absolutely disgusted. You can go fuck yourself. Crawl back under whatever rock you crawled from under and die. Bye. Like drugs turned you into a monster.
It's insane.
And just like think about that girl, like I had so much love for him to hear that, like after everything I forgave him for with unwavering love, like trying to beat his wife. What the fuck? We're not really together. Get it through your thick fucking skull when you're really in a relationship. Yeah, and now I
That
play
makes
The Sims. I make myself hot boyfriends.
Yeah. That's always fun.
This is the new me. This is the new me, girl. We don't do that anymore.
Yeah. No, I feel that. I'm happy to just fucking.
Guess who doesn't disappoint me?
Me.
Yeah, exactly. Dexter.
Not me, but you. But also
Myself,
me.
yes.
Yeah.
Myself. That's really what I've come down to. I'm like, bro, as soon as I started focusing on myself and my kid and just like really being like, is it really worth it? Like, it just, not just with Tanner or anyone, like, my last 2 relationships were just so garbage. And I was like, you gotta like really take a second. Like, I know like no one should be like blaming themselves for victimizing of domestic abuse, but you really have to take a second to be like, all right, a bunch of my relationships are failing, and it's obviously, you know, there's a common denominator somewhere, and really like reflect on yourself.
Yeah.
And like I did that for months, and I was just like, bro, I'm fucking lonely. I want someone to be with. I want someone to share my bed with. I want someone to like eat dinner with me and fucking binge on with the 100 and like be my friends. I hate this shit. Fucking deal with all my kid, all my pets, and I'm fucking just bored at home. Like, no.
Yeah.
This is not how adult life should be.
Nah. The last time I tried to date a dude, like, oh man, that ended so terribly. Like, I mean, I feel bad knowing that it was gonna end bad. You know, like when you're like intuition, you're like,
Oh yeah, yeah.
like, I'm
dude,
gonna
it
like,
was
I'm
that
going to
word.
break your heart, bro. And then it's like they just kept pushing and pushing and pushing, and I'm like, okay, if you want this, you can get this. But
Let me
like,
tell you how this is gonna end. I'm just gonna tell you, I pulled some tarot cards. It's not looking too good for you.
it's not even just that. Fucking like, I just like, I knew how it was. I knew what was gonna happen, but kind of before it happened. Except for him freaking out when he started to like have like the like panic attacks, because like I don't sleep like a normal person. I like have weird hours.
Yeah, I have mania, so I totally get that.
Yeah, and I'm assuming it's mania too, but I mean it's a mixture of things, as you know.
Yeah, so if you
So-
have any type of like anxiety, I know like you don't need to be a diagnosed like person to have anxiety. Like some things just throw you into anxiety. Like I know perfectly normal people that randomly have anxiety attacks at work.
No, I mean
And
I
I'm
just
like-
feel like I just can't sleep. You know
Yeah,
what I
no,
mean?
so but that's what it's from because what happens is like your body's like creating such an imbalance of serotonin. Do you want ice in your cup?
I'm okay.
So like your body just starts producing like such an imbalance of serotonin that like you fall asleep for just a little bit and like the melatonin burns out and you're just like awake.
That's I like pretty much like run out of the ability to sleep after like 3-4 hours, and then I
Same.
wake up and I'm like I have to get like smoke weed, eat something, go back to sleep.
Or try.
Or try exactly try to.
Most of the time I just lay awake, I eat healthy snacks, and then I'm just like, alright, I guess I'll walk the dogs a mile each. And Tanner hasn't even woken up yet. Like sometimes Tanner wakes up and I've already been awake for so many hours. I'm like, bro, I'm ready to go back to bed. I've been up for like 9 hours. My morning has been shit. I kind of want to eat more snacks. I keep moving everywhere. See, this is how I normally am without any drugs. So it's like, bro, I don't need them.
Yeah. I mean,
If my movements are making you uncomfortable, let me know.
oh no, you're fine.
I'm shifty.
No, you're okay. I don't care.
I did bring myself chips.
I mean, I'm pretty. I don't know. I think just like some days the weed works really well for me, and then other days like I'm not. I just can't. I don't know. Today I'm like really leveled out and chill, which is nice. The dab I took earlier really fucking did
I
something.
like took my time. Like I just felt like remember I said I was just reflecting on myself for a while. I really took the time and was like, all right. So like these are the expectations that I have like in a partner. So like as soon as like me and Tanner started getting serious, I was asking him like, are these things like we're like minded about? Because I really don't want to get like down the road and like find out you don't want to have kids and like you're some fucking drug addict and you can't control yourself.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know, I really like, I feel like that's why so many marriages fail, because it's just that immediate sexual attraction. And like, you have time for each other, you're doing shit, and then as soon as stuff gets hard and you don't have that time when you're working or you have a kid, it's like there's no intimacy, so one of the partners cheat on each other because that's what they know for a relationship is only physical. I'm like, that's so shitty. But I'm like from a small place, so it's like I don't like marriages usually last longer. A lot of people marry their high school sweethearts. Like it's just a different all around vibe.
Right.
Like I said, like I got to a point where I couldn't even trust the girls I had been hanging out with for like 7 years before even knowing God. Because like he's telling them like, oh, you know how she is. She was down to have a threesome. She's into it. Like she doesn't care. And then as soon as they're done fucking, be like, all right, but you can't tell Laura. Don't let her know you were here. If anything comes up, just tell her you know you were here and you slept on the couch. Like, and I'm talking about like 6 or 7 girls, same exact shit happened. Like, bro, like that's a fucked up thing to do to someone who's like my friend because then it's like now I'm not like able to hang out with people and it's super awkward for me. It's just like you've isolated me on so many different levels, and then you're like accusing me that like the reason I stopped working Kirk's game is because Rob, old man Rob,
Yeah.
accused me of sucking his dick. And I was like, no, I didn't. Then it turned into a month later,
Wait.
we actually fucked. Then I was like, dude, I didn't-
Accused you of such music?
Rob told Flaw I sucked his dick
Oh.
for $200.
Oh my god.
So I was like,
No
what?
way.
I don't suck dick for $200.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. It's not a service. I tried to buy time. So that's incorrect for once. Yeah. No. Why at Kirk's game with all of your friends there?
Yeah, why would
When
I
I
go?
hooked up with Rob, the biggest big mouth of all time. And then he's like, oh no, it happened a really long time ago. So then I started sketching out. I was like, I hit up Baby Daddy. So we used to work Sasha's games together. When Sasha was heroin, me and Baby Daddy used to take care of him, Brittany, and stepmother. That's how long I've been married. Okay, so I'm like, bro, I had like just a few clients when I was with Baby Daddy and we were shooting porn together. So I asked him, I was like, does this guy look familiar? He's like, no. I was like, he's saying that when I was like working back at Sasha's place with you, we hooked up. And I told him I didn't believe it, but I'd ask you just in case, because I was a pretty heavy alcoholic back then. I might not have remembered. Baby Daddy was like, no, that's not any guy in our roster. Like, you never hooked up with him. So I fucking freaked out on fly. I was like, no. Because now I'm fucking questioning myself. Because I was such a fucking drunk. I'm like, no, I'm going to hit up Baby Daddy to double check if I fucked him. fuck you guys.
Um,
And so all of a sudden it turns back into, oh no, she did just suck my dick, and it was just a couple weeks ago. Bro, you've been making up this story for like 3 months. What do you mean? It happened a month ago. Like, how Vaughn, why do you even believe this bullshit?
there was one time where I was really, really drunk. We got back from a game or something. I don't know. Yeah, we did. I think we got back from a game. I was like shit faced.
Wait, hold on 1 second.
Okay.
extra limbs.
Huh.
So they need surgical experience removing certain stuff. So a lot of people go through the UCLA program and get trained through us. We have like a fishbowl room, so they can watch surgeries and interact. So we have like people who need like sites from India,
Right.
specifically abscess, tumor, animals that need limb removal because of cancer or an injury. We have them come into the room and we teach them where you need to shave the skin, where it needs to be pulled back, the certain cuts you need to make in the skin so that you can fold and sew it back together. So that when they go into human training, they're prepared to move quickly.
Right.
Because it's the speed that's the most important, because a lot of places have limited anesthetics or limited pain medications. So it's very important that we teach like the fastest, most efficient, but we have these people coming in that need that, like, you know, oh yeah, we can fix your dog. There's a 2% success rate and it's gonna cost you $21,000.
Yeah.
And people are doing it and then we're like, well listen, we can give you like $7,000 off, but you have to be okay with the student working on your dog. You have to be okay with us using experimental
Right.
medications, and like that shit would disgust me. Like honestly, it got to a point where I was just like, how do you people live with yourselves? Like that's their kids' college money. That's their family's like money to get another car. That's like their mortgage. Like what's wrong with you fucking psychos? How can you really go day to day doing this every day, knowing that like
Yeah, you're like
there's a
fucking
2% success rate. It gets It gets better. So after that, here's the mouse back.
Thank you.
So after that, it gets better because, like I said, oh sorry. Here, actually, let me put something behind the couch so it weights it. So it gets better. So after that, there are things like the payment plans and whatnot. And so we have what's called accountability acts now in California. So when people buy a dog from a breeder and it's not already licensed, so like say right now, like Dexter's fixed, I can't breed him, but let's say hypothetically, I went and bred him. I would have to claim the money I made off selling those dogs. If I didn't, who's licensing those dogs and getting them their initial shots? Who's responsible for them?
Right.
So they made an accountability act because it was just so overwhelming.
Yeah, that's important. Yeah.
So I was like a super big advocate for it, but so few people are still held accountable. Yeah, scoot forward.
Mhm.
So few people are held accountable. It's like really worrisome, and it's like, bro, it does. Like, you're selling dogs. Say you sell your cheapest dog for like $200 or $300, right? That's like a 6-time turnaround for what it costs to get them just the initial basic vaccines and to license them to make sure that they don't end up euthanized. That's the least you can do. You're making thousands of dollars off dogs. Okay? That's the least you can fucking do. And it upsets me so badly. Like, who's responsible for these discarded animals? And it's just like the state. I'm like, okay, if the state's paying all this fucking money, why are we not holding people accountable? This is a waste of fucking money. It's dumb. And that's why I can't work as a vet, because I'm arguing with people all the time.
I mean, I feel that. That's why I didn't want to go to school for that, because I just know that I'm going to be upset as fuck about, like...
But it didn't start that way. It wasn't until I did my anesthesiology course. They promised me higher pay. So obviously, you're down. I mean, when I make more money, that's something.
Yeah.
Don't be stupid. So I'm like, okay, yeah. And they're like, mostly you have to just, administer anesthetics in between appointments. Well, that turned into me working like 3 positions, because I didn't just promote into that position by itself. I was still head of the radiology department, a shift lead, and working as a medical assistant at the same place on salary. So it just got overwhelming. When I finally quit, they said, listen, we'll give you an allotted amount of money for every month you're not working for us, so long as you train someone, one person, to take your position. I worked there for 6 years. Of those 6 years, for almost 2.5 years, 3 years straight, I asked for help because it was overwhelming. Do you know how many people I had to train to take my one position? Fucking 4. They made me train 3 girls and 1 man to take my one position after I worked there for 6 years,
Jeez.
begging for help. How much of a slap in the face? So you didn't want to pay me more to do my job, but you'll pay 4 people a salary to do my one job. I was like, why? And it's because I fucking didn't agree with half the shit they were doing. I was like, no, we can't tell this old lady we're gonna fix her dog.
Yeah.
It's a fucking 3.5% success rate for the.
Yeah,
why are
it's
you?
not fair.
Nothing's gonna work. And then 2017. Do you know gold garlic? It's called an intervention, a cellular intervention. So basically, you flood the body with a scentless, tasteless garlic supplement, right? You then make several injections. So let's just say you have lung cancer,
Right.
right? Let's just make it specific. It's just on your lungs. When you do radiation, the goal is to break it up into a point where the radiation is just like mutating the cells so bad that the cancer can't stay there, right? Gold in garlic intervention. So again, like say it's in your lungs. Say like these are your 2 lungs. These little buttons are cancer, and this is the biggest piece of cancer in your right lung.
Right.
Our goal would be to break that up. Listen, we give you this supplement, right? 48 hours before we do this, we make 4 injections, like 4 incisions. So like, let's say this is your nipple, this is your lung. We go over here, right by your armpit. We make an incision, and we like put like a marble-sized piece of gold. We then go ahead and do the same thing right above the gallbladder, right above your greater intestine. So basically, like under your chest cavity. That one hurts the most. It's the most invasive because you're scooping under the chest bone, under the rib plate there, your chest cavity.
Yeah.
And then you just keep the person in a vegetated comatose state, like a
Yeah.
induced coma, for about 73 hours. This cancer is so attractive to these 3 incisions of gold, and there's so much garlic toxin going through your veins, it starts to just immediately rip to shreds and go towards the gold. You can literally pull the gold pieces out with the cancer attached to them, 0 radiation. We know that works. We've known it works since 2017. Do you know how many people have openly got that treatment? 0. Do you know why? They don't want to stop chemotherapy because it's a $1 billion industry.
Baby.
Get off the couch, you fucking beast.
Go on.
If he starts getting close to you, where's that? See this controller?
Mm-hmm.
Grab it.
Yeah.
All right. See this vibration button? Push
Yeah.
it and say, push it twice. Say go.
Go.
Go away.
Go. Sorry.
So like if
Sorry,
he's just
buddy.
so the one that looks like a speaker.
Go.
That thing. No, listen. See that thing? Take it.
Yeah.
You see the other side? How it looks like a speaker? Click it twice. No, it's a little speaker phone.
Oh.
Click it twice. You hear that beep? Tell him get out of here. Make the beep say get out of here. If he gets on the bed, vibrate him.
Okay.
It's a training caller. He's so dumb.
Okay. So that's just the sound. That's the vibration. And
Yeah.
you're shocked.
Yeah. We don't want to shock him.
No, I don't wanna
It's being
shock him.
really bad.
I just wanted to make sure because
So everyone's like, I can't believe you shock your dog. When I bought that, Tanner made fun of me because I told him like, listen, I don't know if this is zap or burn. He's like, what do you mean? I was like, some things actually send an electric thing through the 2 things.
Yeah.
Other ones send an electric shock, like a node, through the body, and it feels like a burn. So I put it on the second highest thing and
you
zap
freeze it
myself
off, Yeah.
to make sure. Didn't leave a mark. It burned a little bit, but I mean, on my bare skin versus through his fur.
Yeah.
And so I tell everyone, like, if you're gonna do something like that to your dog, even if it's an
You should
electric
try it on
fence,
yourself.
you try it on yourself to make sure you're not having it too high. Like, you
Yeah.
don't fucking like.
I mean, fuck, man, I've been hit with the cattle prod at fucking kinks, so. I mean,
Yeah.
I've hit myself with the cattle
Well,
prod
even
for fun.
cattle
so.
prods, like
But
those
yeah,
are
but
focused.
you charge it up in a way where it's just like
Yeah, and
a
it's
little bit.
focused. Yeah, it focuses itself in
That
one
one
spot.
section.
Yeah, it's
It
not
doesn't
like
go throughout your
a
body.
pulse. Yeah,
It's
so
not
like
like a
that's
taser.
yeah, so like that's what I was mainly trying to focus on. Like, is what type of feeling is they gonna give him? I don't want to fucking electrocute him. Like, you see people coming to the vet and their dog's fur is all burned because they're hitting the button over and over again, and their dog's like not feeling it at first, and then it's like it's excruciating pain because
That's
you're sieving its fur.
Yeah, it's burning. Literally.
Yeah, and I'm like, you can't, or people have it on, like this has, I put it on a special lock system, so I plugged it into the computer, you have to press the button twice. So if
Right.
someone's accidentally just leaning on the shock button, it's not going to do
gonna
anything until you release and hit it a second time.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, and like, I don't know, I usually, I tell her it's punishment, like she saw it was on him, so she dipped out when she saw me use it on him.
Right.
But yeah, she knows that's like, if you're bad, you have to put the training collar on,
Right.
and you might risk getting zapped.
Yeah, which is pretty good incentive to like basically just be like, please don't
Yeah.
do this.
Ugh,
Fucking,
I swear I can just still smell the smell of fucking dirty ass crickets.
I can't.
Yeah, you can't. It's like
Look.
stuck in my nose. So yeah, scroll through.
Yeah, I've
Like,
just been pulling like
This is
things
why
that I
I
like
said,
aside.
yeah, so this is why I said, like, we'll stream probably like 3 or 4 times to kind of create all the characters. We're gonna want to give them backstories, and if you want, like, we can stream while you're not here technically to
Right.
do story creation. So what I can do is I can log into The Sims and go like into the story, not play them, but just sit with you while you're like singing and doing music and just like throw back different ideas. We can even do like certain words or even base stuff off like a chorus from your music.
Cool.
Like yeah, like really play with it. And like what happens
Oh
is
yeah, I haven't even fucking shown you anything, man. I was so fucking baked when I got here. Oh god, no. Sorry.
bartender fucking
Dude,
busted.
fucking Chad, man. He is the bring.
Listen, I had so much fun with Chad, but
I mean, he's rapey, but.
no, not even that. Like, so they actually did me a big favor. They got me kind of like socially in with the whole LMFA crew,
Oh
which
yeah.
was totally cool of them.
Yeah.
We all webcammed a whole lot
That's
together.
crazy. I'm
Like,
gonna
we used
laugh
to-
when I'm like, you know this person.
Yeah, I just say it's she stuff. So like basically, it's like it had nothing to do with them specifically.
No, it was just
It's-
Jen, probably, because.
Well, Jen, and just like she kept lying, and like here's the deal. I always give everyone the benefit of doubt, but when I have my own personal experiences and they're pretty negative, like it did speak at my house.
Yeah.
Around my sober baby daddy, like come on, dude, like judge the situation.
Yeah.
Like no one else here. No. It was like you know, like
Yeah.
we barely even like we came from a small place. We had a lot of friends. Like I said, we died. Like my baby daddy, his brother died of heroin overdose. Like, almost everyone we grew up with. You know what I mean? So it's just like we already have kind of like we want to help people. Like you're here, let's smoke, let's drink. We don't need to do that here. And like I feel like a huge part of recovery, and like that's why I'm so resentful for that whole you're sick. You're not a bad person and you're not sick, dude. Like just hang out with me. You don't need to hang out with those people. And like I tell people all the time, like listen, none of my friends did heroin before they hung out with people that did heroin. I'm like, and it's not like weed's a gateway drug.
True.
It's like their misery loves company. They're gonna try to convince you in any way. They're gonna wait till you're at that
Yeah, luckily
lowest.
it's not Chad and Sarah or anything.
Yeah, no,
it
I
was
mean,
just
no,
my
no,
psycho
they're-
ex that
so, like,
was the one who
And I
fucking-
was like, listen, and it's like when you have people that pass on that misery to other people, that's where I draw the line. And that was kind of my talk with them. It's like I was going to their house and helping them clean because like honestly, take the mouse and
Yeah.
you see the bottom
Yes.
one where it says mic ops, click mute that. because obviously who cares? So we can run the game. Once we give them a backstory, we can take away autonomy, which is their free will, and give them a list of shit to do. No, turn off. No, keep auto scaling. So these are the ones I have here working, and I like to just like when I go live, take a minute to just slowly scroll through here. Because these are the creators. These are the person that created these scripts and overlays and meshes. I just feel like they deserve to get noticed.
Oh, but I don't mind.
No, I yawn all the time. You should hear I like scream when I yawn too. So this is how this goes. And so like when I talk about serious stuff or I'm going to smoke or I feel like anything questionable, always mute it. Because what we can do is later on I can download this off of Twitch or YouTube as an MP4 and edit it. And what I can do is like when we're not in the room or we're talking about private shit, I can put pre-recording the words over it.
Nice.
So music you want to promote and then maybe repost it, music overlay. So I told girls, like I said, I really try to monotonize the time we're together the most as possible. Whether it's incorporating these artists, which I do, like I said, like this is a big part of what I do, is like, you know, just give a minute. Like we're gonna be talking anyways. Scroll through here, let people see the names because you see these.
Yeah.
That's their actual names
Right.
on the sim resources. These, yeah. You give them a second just to get their credit here. They took a lot of time to make this stuff. I'm not trying to do it. It's different scripting with a map on the map, so I'm not trying to. I can't. And it's not like I can't. It's just I won't. I don't get that kind of time.
Right.
If I had a partnership or something like I used to when I used to Diablo and stuff, and I used to game test, that'd be one thing because it's just different. Here, so I'll show you. This is the little familiar I made. You don't have to do anything. Like I said, I'm just gonna fill this off when we're chilling. So there's playback here for when I edit. And here as well, this is doing that. Scroll over even. Alright, so this is doing that. Just trying to get this top one. Oh, I need to turn this right here, the sensitivity down. So this is your search page. These are the ones you
Right.
picked.
Yep.
So now this is running. You see, this is running here. We can just kind of leave that. And what we need to do is scale this up. See, this is what I was talking about. This is why I love having two screens.
Yeah, two screens is super nice, especially when you're streaming.
So
Back
you
when I
see
used
how
to.
I have this bar here? This is not to scale. This is why I was talking about doing a border. So there's like trim, right? Like something like little sparkles or something. Because what we want is to make sure all of this is in here without interrupting the game. So that looks not good, you know? So
Right.
it's going to be under scale, bring it to this corner, and whatever. There's a black line at the top. That's not the worst. This, I do have to fix this. This is not attractive. So when you're on my Twitch page, I'll show you how it looks to other people. This is like, so this is the page, right?
Right.
Let me refresh it. I can't even see the about me part. Music mods, blah, 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 blah. It should say about. Let me scroll down. Okay, so this is already scannable if they just scroll down. Now, most people are watching like this. I'll show you. This is why the hashtags are important.
Right.
Because even people that are just affiliates, they're going to pop up in this scroll.
Oh, nice.
And this is where we're going to want to be. And eventually, if we actually have a schedule and we're doing like 1 or 2 Fridays a month, or we, you know, it doesn't matter what day, as long as it's scheduled and you follow through.
Right. Same thing as like webcamming.
I can pay for the Facebook ads. I can pay a couple dollars for the ads, and it will shoot off everywhere. And then all of a sudden, we're going to be here in these 15 things, and we're going to get automatic viewers. So,
Yeah.
this right here, all of it, Twitch. This what all came from Twitch, obviously. And that's actually my friend Brian. He's not in here anymore, but it doesn't matter. He probably just popped in to give me the view. So we only see a person pop up here. We can only see them after 60 seconds. So once we start to play, once we're active in the game, our goal is in 60 seconds to get someone into the game enough that they're watching us just for entertainment. And so I tell girls, like, usually if you're gonna commit to it, it probably takes like 2 or 3 times, because one, you're just having a good time vegging and getting comfortable and fucking reminiscing, and then like once you get into it and the money starts flowing in, that's when girls all of a sudden want to come, once a month. Like the girl I made $300 with, she comes once a month every month, and she's always with it. And I tell her, listen, you can do the promotions, and when I see the promotion go up that you take the time to make, I'll retweet it. And she started doing it on her Facebook because she does Facebook Live. So what I can do is I do restream, right? So say we get your YouTube channel popping, and I can always host you on my YouTube channel so that
Then you
You
are
are-
for my fucking music now.
So what you can do is, I already have a huge following on mine for my Twitter and stuff, right? It posts to everything at once. What you can do is start there, make yourself 5, 6, 8 videos, make yourself your own YouTube, go back to mine, edit it, and link your page in.
Nice.
So you're you know what I mean? Because it's the web
Yeah.
presence. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying to girls.
Yeah.
It's like,
That's what I'm trying to get used
Just-
to doing, because
it's that initial, 20 minutes a day, and that's why I said I have that clipboard. Because what I've done is now, instead of trying to just like overwhelm myself, why is it not? No, restraining orders. What the fuck?
right?
Restream IO should be what's coming up. What am I doing wrong here? I deleted all my cookies so it doesn't remember anything.
Oh, I
It's
hate
very
that.
frustrating. Well, I was having. So last night I did a test run. I always do a test run on everything software-wise before I go live with someone that's going to be actually like
Here.
something I'm trying to mock. No, just something I'm trying to modernize. Like, it's this that's important. It's just this I have to. It doesn't matter what I plug into. Like I can turn this into a projection through my phone technically. I just need a device to plug my phone into. Like, it's just wild things that's out right now. So yeah, no, like I can do a lot. Like one of the things I was talking about with Tanner is like, I don't want to make money off it or anything, but we could get a blanket and throw it over our patio and like grab a couple of like just blankets 6 feet apart and post up at the mailbox for doing like family days every Tuesday, and just put a movie, like an Avengers movie or something, a Disney movie.
That's cute.
Just just for something for the kids to do in a healthy environment where there's some sanitary snacks. Like I have clean masks everywhere. There's hand sanitizer in basically every single room. Like I've been strictly quarantined, and I tell girls all the time, like, please. That's why I asked if
Yeah, I
like
get
you were
tested
working
at
poker.
home.
No, that's why I asked if you were working poker straight up. Like that's just a lot of.
That's why I stopped, and also because I don't want to ever fucking see live again. I'm like,
Listen,
done.
I even found, because I can go to games around here that are really uppity up games. Like the only reason I was going into shitty games was so I could stay hanging out with Vlad. Like
yeah, pretty much same.
it's like okay, so you see this? Right now we're only online on YouTube and Twitch, right? So if we're gonna stream and we're focusing on your YouTube, I can switch out the live to yours and then do the edited on mine to draw people to yours. So it's dual advertisement.
Nice.
Same with your LinkedIn. Because, all I need to do is like pay like $20. Like I've just been lazy about it because, like I said, I don't want to invest money in something that's not going to make money back. And that's my real issue. It's like I've helped so many people, whether it's like getting their GED, going, just practical stuff. Okay, so this is Amity Gem.
Nice.
I made her to be a familiar, and then I made her a little
Itachi.
fox. Itachi is
I
the
know,
name of a.
I know. Well, I think Itachi. Yeah. It's Sasuke's older brother. Is it? Yeah, Itachi's older brother. I used to
So
watch
I made him a little fox. So like what I wanted to do I didn't finish. I have to do her backstory as a summoning gem. So this is one of the things I wanted to do for your character since she's a witch. once we do the coven, I kind of wanted to make her little backstory is like she's the first thing we summoned up was her guardian. So I decided to do this to just, I really needed to check if the mods worked. I downloaded so many, I just wanted to make sure they ran. Because, you know, you could set something up and then all of a sudden you start playing and your chick's bald. Because the script is failing, you know? So, like, that's what you're gonna do. I'm gonna make sure, I'm gonna check the options and make sure people are engaging. Because that's another thing. Like I said, we're gonna want this world in particular to be the world I only play when you're around. Or we're Skyping each other and, like, interacting. And a lot of it can just be burner content. Like, we don't need to make money off of it live. We can edit it together. While, like, literally, we're showing The Sims. I can literally be doing playback of our last live and editing it while you're doing voiceover for I have the map. Like, while you're watching it and we're planning out where to timestamp it, I can be here editing it while you're not even here. That's why I said, like, girls fuck up because, like, you don't even need to be here. Like, literally, you need to come a few times, do your basic shit, and then the rest of the stuff you can basically be at home. You can tell me when to move shit, or I can download a remote control and you can just play on my computer from your phone or your computer. Nice. Like, I don't even need to touch this, and you can play from your house. Yeah. So we'll leave this going. So let me make sure age is off, and then we'll just kind of put it on follow and let her. I'm gonna make sure autonomy is on too. That way they can make their own decisions. So let's go to gameplay. They can do whatever they want. No one's auto aging. No. Long. Can we shut off? No.
Oh yeah, because I think it's just
No, we don't want to do active because that makes your characters get old and all your friends don't get old. Yeah, we can start with 150. No, don't fill empty homes. We'll fill empty homes ourselves. Show whims.
what are ones?
They're just like, no, we won't focus on it right now. We'll apply it back later on when you're more familiar with the game. Whims are just like random shit that your sim will keep wanting to do. She has full autonomy.
Like
She can
something
already.
on a whim, yeah.
Yeah, so like she has full autonomy. She can do whatever she wants anyways. You don't need to worry about her whims. She can walk around herself and stop being lazy. Keep current setting. Now this should fix my, yeah, thank you. Dumbass shit. I don't even know why I gave them that option. Apply the changes and let's get out of here. Does it say I have to restart the game? No. Okay, good. Let's go. Option. Oh, no. Oh yeah, I made my chameleon into a person. So I have like one game where me, Tanner, and my son are the pets, and Dexter, Piper, and the other people.
That's funny.
You get high and get creative, girl. So I was saying, like, there's so many things you can do on just literally just like hit me up and I can just throw it on while we're just sitting here, like, and you're practicing because it's a great way to reach out to your fans and just do interactive options. No. All to these things. I just need to make sure.
Down, puppy. Go lay down. Thank you.
Well, obviously her hair is on, so we can assume that the mods are on because that hat and the hair are mods. So we'll just leave her alone, double click on her, and just kind of let the camera follow her around. Yeah, this is this, and then you just do that. So what we'll have to do is download these. So we'll start with that while they're watching that. That's how that goes. And this was the one that doesn't matter. X out of that. And we'll start downloading. And this is Q to refill our wines. Okay, see how this one says recommended? Perfect example. So, recommended, like this, open link in new tab. So that way I can click this page. When it pops up, it says 10 seconds. The next page is the other shit. I have to go back to the description. I messed that one up. So after 10 seconds, it will give you an option. This is the part that takes the most, and this is why I tell girls it takes a few days before you like have all the items you even want in the game before we like seriously play. We don't need to see this. Thank you though. So usually now if we get serious about this, I will pay so we don't have to wait.
Okay.
Yeah, so like I pay for everything. I'm bougie like that. I don't like I'm super bougie. Tanner hates it, but we've never had to worry about money until last month because he ran up the bill so high, and that was honestly
Right.
crazy. Yeah, and then he was like trying to rationalize, like, oh, we're all pay $80 each. The bill for the last 2 months was more expensive than the last 6 months altogether. That's the problem. Like, we moved in here in May. From May to November, the bill wasn't as expensive as it was for just January and February. And he's just like, he doesn't get it. I was like, you can't explain common sense to a retard. So when you go to recommended, there should be a link that you can, oh, perfect, yeah. Now we open that in a new tab. That's how it's supposed to go. Just go to the link. I fucked up. Fun stuff. You can just leave these here. You can actually keep searching on another tab if you want. We can worry about this after and just let this play out. As you can see over here, she's just doing her own fucking thing.
Right.
And always make sure if you're lounging, just tip the camera so we're both in screen. And I mean, it's pretty simple stuff. So once you get into stuff and you know, you can see your interactions and stuff on Twitter and Instagram. When we start doing stuff, if you could just screenshot those to me, probably like once a week or maybe like midnight or like as soon as you can the day after we hang out,
Right.
so I can see which ones are excelling the most because we're gonna want to focus on things specifically. Because I mean, this is just putting around money for me, but for you, like that's future, like sales for your stuff, whether it's YouTube Music or Amazon Music or Apple Music. Like you're gonna want to sell your content eventually. All this up, and like I said, I can give you a remote. We can download. I'll pay for it, a remote, so you can log in from your computer or your phone and
Right.
take control. Ooh, take control of my computer.
Okay.
So you can open up
Play.
everything. Yeah. So it would be okay. So see these options right here. Basically, I would do a screen capture and add like Skype, and they would see
Okay.
your Skype on my screen of you, and that would just be on here instead of me. This was a bitch. I hate the settings. I had to Google so much stuff on this. It was retarded. I honestly don't know what the fuck they're thinking. And that's another thing I tell girls all the time. Like, it's better to start off with someone who knows the stuff that can teach you, because I had to learn all this stuff by myself, and it was super hard. I wish someone was like, hey, you know what? Let me set it up for you. Let me do it from your house. I'd been like, yes. And I already have this hair.
Oh, was the hair that I picked? I don't even remember.
You picked this one, yeah.
Oh,
I already got it, don't worry. So this has nothing we need. If you want, we can smoke them with a CBD cigarette, because this one's going to take a minute. Now that I
Sure.
started a couple.
I
Cause
can
we're
blow
gonna,
it really quick.
go ahead, yeah, no problem. So,
Look at how tired is it. I mean, it's either like the Benadryl with.
also, I don't want you to stay too late.
No, I'm not gonna. I mean, it's basically. I'm just trying to think about traffic on the 101 heading back that way. But I mean,
You're going to Pasadena, right?
No, I don't live in Pasadena anymore.
Where are you going? Where's your end destination?
I mean, I think Burbank right now.
Oh yeah, so you just have to go to sketch. I honestly. Like above Encino. No, like if you're looking at the whole valley as a circle, right? Say we're here. This is Calabasas. This is where Vlog lives, and this is all of Ventura and Coconut, right? There's a way to go. Basically, from where we are right now, you go back up, and it takes you out. Like if you get a valley like this, valley. Calabasas on my phone. It takes you out in like the middle. this, because you're an entertainer, this is like what I call the perfect times, because we're having fun and enjoying ourselves, but I'm gonna download this and edit it later. And you can just send me shit you want me to put over it. Whether it's just you saying, hi guys, I have a show, you know, at so and so. Get out of here, you naughty, naughty boy.
Nope.
He's when I spend come here, let's get so sad. He sits down to me and puppy dog eyes me. I just want to be in bed. No. You think you're a cat. You're not a cat. You're a big giant dog. You're taller than me. No, she doesn't want your bone. Thank you. It looks beautiful. Get out of here. Oh my god. So I don't know where my son saw it, heard it, whatever. But at some point, like, you know, like you wash kids together in the shower or whatever, and like you change kids together. I don't know, you just don't think about it when you're a parent, like you just changing kids together. But like my kid's very perceptive. Like he noticed that like he had like friends like he was hanging out with and like changing with and stuff that were uncircumcised and that had small dicks. So he went around and went through this phase where he would go up to my girlfriends and ask them, do you want to see my binky? It's so big. Bro. I'm like, I'm about to get you a vasectomy, and once you can afford to undo that shit, you can. Because I'm all set with grandchildren. I was like, bro, what is wrong with this kid? And my girlfriend was teasing. She's like, I'll wait for you. He's like, you want to be my wife? You want to be my wife? I was like, at least he, and this is what she says, at least he asked if I wanted to see his dick. Courtesy, bro.
True. Yeah, most guys.
At least he has courtesy enough to ask if I want to see his dick, and he's just not sending it to me over fucking little kid Facebook Messenger. I was sitting here, I was so sourpuss about it. She's like, I'll wait for you. You want to be my husband? He's like, yeah, you want to be my wife? I was like, and she's like making fun of me because my man's 9 years younger than me. She's like, what's the difference? Hypocrite. I was like, bro, shut the fuck up. Trying to get my life insurance over here, bitch. Get out of here.
Oh my goodness.
Told me, I was like, don't trust her. She wants your money, baby boy. She knows we're loaded. So, right now, I have my immediate beneficiary, obviously, as Tanner, just because we have pets and, like, that together and shit.
Yeah.
But, you know, it just makes sense that if something happens to me, like, the money would go to him. I have Dexter out. Don't, and, no. That's, because I don't have the remote and being involved. So, I took that, but this time I didn't know after what I was doing, after information for, like, stuff that I really actually, I'm just so these shouldn't make you feel super high. It's like barely, it might just be the food that I'm like taking for some benefit. Honestly, I've been recommending it to someone that is out to like, open bag, which is like the baby, and like, I'm really pushing the choice or whatever. And I'm buying it. You need to get rejected or you have a good thing to something like that because they're not. And these taxes are not in the code. I'm trying to like, do it and the health and the and now mushrooms like the guy and you're not biting and stuff off. And I'm like, no, don't do that.
But I think I accidentally did this one of the clients that was like, what's this? But who knows?
Here's the deal, and it's like, you can't trust someone who's that really said it was cool, we were like, good, and like, he promoted it as like, we have a threesome, and then we were busy. And then like, after we just the second time, it was when we were at work together, after we were at a game together, we talked, like, we figured it out together. And then I was kind of, and she didn't want to, because she was like, no. And then we go off with the journal. So like, you know, like, she was like, not say it, and but you know that, I'm not my people, I'm not going to work. So that two things in this and we just walk off in the shower. Instead of getting videos, he got alcohol. I told him so many times, I don't know how things work. What? I was like, really like to try to live with me. Or what if I made it to the league like 2 months or something? Yeah, he tries to keep his lights on my face. He does that. It's bad. He had like, I think that was his binge on like, he said, well, you don't even know. He was him. I told my kid to let his kids down and his mom talked to death and like the lights that are in the room are too big, right? And I got him like a time when he was with other girls and like go to the clinic or something, how bad do you ever need to do? I don't know, like, keep them there. Please. So I just said, you know, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I read it people and I do it. This is not what I want. No, that's right. This is all about that. And it like put me down so hard. And I don't have faith. I just feel and I returned back right to the so over here. Tanner's working as an engineer doing school for HVAC. We have goals to make a future and everything's so that everything goes. I've accomplished more in the last year of my life than I did in 5 years of my life to do a fucking stuff. And I think that I don't think he goes into things with bad intentions. It's just like he's so desperate for validation sexually because he's here for them. He just does shit. It's like, I'm being so nice. It's manipulative. It's not genuine. It's not a problem. Like, you're not being nice out of the kindness of your heart. You're being nice. You're being tough for free. Yeah. Cool.
And then taking advantage of somebody who actually really cares about you, and then
He
like.
doesn't see it because he's so used to being used. And I told him, I'm like,
Actually, on his birthday, I played it all together, so I bought him a new grinder because I kept leaving my grinder there on accident. I just didn't
you're
worry
right,
about
right,
it.
right. I gave it to him.
I like bought him a new grinder. I bought like.
He has 2 grinders in his top house and his top desk brother.
I mean, he has a professional one that he's at. So like he used my grinder all the time, so I left it there. No, but it's just like so.
Yeah,
It's
because he doesn't clean it. He doesn't clean all the rest
Well,
of
that's
it.
what I'm saying. So I was always like, I'll just use mine. And fucking, so I got him a grinder. I got him what like a not a fucking an ounce. I got like an ounce of weed, which like I got it cheaper because everything's grow. I got like a whole ounce of weed, and I got him like 4 or 5 like really strong ass weed cookies. So I didn't, didn't know what to give him. And then like I was like all dressed up, we were just gonna poker game. He's hungover, like dying. And he's like, oh, he was like, Joe, you excited just for you. He's like, oh, thanks. And I was like, I'm totally being sarcastic, right? I didn't even say it, but I was just like, I was not even serious. But you hella believe that. Like, yeah, I got dressed up just for you. Just for you, because, and he's like, oh, thank you. He's like, oh, yeah. I was like, thanks.
my cup.
I was like, it's because it's your birthday. He's like, oh, yeah.
I used to do so many nice things for him. Like, all right, so I made Thanksgiving dinner a few times, and the second time I made Thanksgiving dinner, I had like me and my homie who like, he's like a single man who like retired and divorced and stuff. He asked if I would like make more because he really loves my cooking, and like I used to go to his house and just clean and cook. No, you want to open the fresh box.
Oh,
This is bunk and it's a little tart. So I was like, yeah, like I really want to. I planned it with Claude. I told him like I was having a couple people over and that I had to make 14 plates of food. Someone was paying me to make the food, but like there'd be more than enough for us. I spent like hundreds of dollars on the dinner, and I ended up making $800 off the dinner.
Damn.
Yeah, because I sold it by plate.
I have no idea how to open this. Oh,
Yeah, speed it up. So I like sold it by plate. While I'm serving everyone dinner, he goes out to El Pollo Loco and gets himself Thanksgiving dinner.
What?
Rejects his birthday present. So the PlayStation I have, He talked about getting PlayStation and Fallout for so long. I bought it for him, and he's like, "You should return this. It's a waste of money." Like, he was just so disrespectful, dude. Like, you're honestly.
A sociopath. Like, what kind of insane, like,
Just say thank you. Like, what is wrong with you? Can you be thankful for anything?
wow.
And I like got on his computer. I brought my printer. I have a printer. I lugged my printer over to his house, plugged it into his laptop, logged into my school shit, and printed out my college diplomas to him because he was like, "I don't believe you." I was like, because he was talking about how he got his bachelor's in business, and I was like, I shut that shit down quick. I was like, who helped you do your whole last semester of school? Who did your final exam? Fucking, you got a bachelor's in business, bitch. You fucking cheating ass lying hoe. I was like, I have a bachelor's in science, a minor in meteorology, and a minor in world history. He's like, yeah, right. Bitch, I was educated before I ever did porn. I grew up in Massachusetts. Here's my fucking diplomas, ho. Here's my GPA from the 9th grade when I started doing college classes, ho. I was like, you want to Google my real name and see my shit? I made him do it. When you Google my real name, you see all my honors shit from high school. You see me being the youngest person to graduate from community college in 15 years. Everything. Just want a Google search of my first and last names. Big. Blah, blah. Try again. I was successful before I was ever with you. You are literally the most petty person I've ever met in my life. I'm better than you, and you're just too sour to admit it. I was like, I can tell the weather. I can give surgeries. Can you do that? Can you read a Doppler machine? Can you give surgeries? No, that's right. You can sit at your computer with your little soft ass hands and your soft ass feet and type shit. Know your place. Like, bitch, I know how to use like 6 different X-rays machines. What can you do?
Yeah, and I mean, it's,
You play poker, bro. Like, calm down.
you
with
live
your
in a
fucking-
house with like 5, 6 other people. You
Yeah.
don't even have your own fucking place.
And it's just,
Like,
exactly,
why
that
are
was a
you-
huge thing for me. Like, we had our own place for so long, and he moved a drug dealer into our downstairs, into my webcam room. Why? You fucked up my money, and like, why would you want? And it's like he destroyed all of
No,
our
and it's
furniture.
almost like probably just to have drugs.
And what? Yeah, no,
all the
exactly.
time.
And so when we got to our first fight, and he kicked me out. He's like, "And you don't even have money to go anywhere because you spend your down. We'll mark that down. So like maybe instead of the sim music, I can amplify your voice and put your music in the background.
Fuck yeah.
Because you know how like when you're sim singing, it's just singing sing language.
Oh yeah.
And also, they have modern music in here.
Right.
Like
I mean, I remember they had Paramore a long time ago. I mean,
What
granted,
was it? We're beautiful tonight. That's on here.
No.
So I was like, I was making up new lyrics for it. I'm really hungry tonight. Feed me something good tonight. Like I was like singing over it in my head, sitting in the bed like dying. It's like just order yourself something to eat. I was like, bitch, make me something to eat. How many times do I have to ask to get some attention? And then I started playing the memes. So instead of my picture, it was just memes of dogs like, I just want attention. And I just looped that for like 6 minutes of fucking like me saying dumb shit with like every time in between the dog thing. I just want attention. Oh yeah, don't pay attention to that. So this is like the kind of like build up part, and this is why I say these ones are the perfect content to voice over. Because it's just you putting around. There's nothing really like crazy going on. And for the most part, like I said, when we go radio silence, it's the perfect time to throw in overlay. Like, hey, you know, like for me, I have my, like, I really want a gaming device. I've had it on there for a while. I could probably lower the price down on my GoFundMe because like so much new technology's out. But I can't, so I'm like overqualified to do game testing and game design. Guess why I can't do it? I don't have a formal degree. I can literally work at the same pace as people at Riot Studios. Keep up with every single one of the fucking graphic artists and everything. Use all the same programs they're using. But I don't have a college degree to say I'm unqualified. Doesn't matter how many hours they can see me doing it live. It doesn't matter how many game tests I've done and how many, like, bro, I haven't bought a new video game in like 4 years because I've game tested every major title. And I can't talk about it or anything until it comes out, and then it comes out, oh, you're not playing. Bro, I spent like 90 hours game testing this game for every fucking bug. Do you think I really want to play it again? No, thank you.
Yeah.
And it's just like, that's lost content in my eyes. Like, yeah, like, so like in March, I'm trying to get a game test, right? I have no idea what would be game testing. Pays $100 a day for like 2 weeks basically. So you get $1,400 untaxed money. Because you make $100 or less each individual day. So in the state of California, you don't have to pay taxes. Which, mute this.